What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. I have a special guest with me today, Dames Plays. We're doing a collaboration. We're gonna be discussing the standings for both the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, 1 to 15. So, Dames, should we get right into it?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me on your YouTube channel, and let's get straight into it.
Absolutely. And I'll be leaving the description below for his channel. So make sure to check out his channel. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. So, Dames, I'll let you do your predictions for the East standings and I'll give you mine.
All right. So at number one, I got Bucks. You know, the defending champions. They're gonna be good. Their team hasn't changed too much. Yeah. At number two, I got the Nets. Kevin Durant and all them. Three, Boston. I feel like they're going to be a really good team next year with the improvement of Jason Tatum. At four, I got 76ers. At five, I got the Chicago Bulls. DeMar DeRozan. He's going to be a very good fit on there. At six, I got the Atlanta Hawks. At seven, I got the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry, our boy. As Am I on eight?
Yeah, you're on eight. Keep going.
At eight, I got the New York Knicks. At nine, I got the Toronto Raptors. At 10, I got the Indiana Pacers. 11, Washington Wizards. 12, Cavs. 13, Hornets. 14, Magic. 15, Pistons.
All right, that's a very interesting standings. Let me give you mine
Yeah,
before
for
we
sure.
start to discussing. So for mine, number one, the Bucks. They're a great regular season team. That's a no-brainer. Nets are going to
Mhm.
be right behind them again. They're a great regular season team as well. They do tend to rest guys because they have injuries as well. So I got number three. I got the Miami Heat. I'm actually a little bit higher on the Miami Heat
Oh,
than
wow.
yourself because you know what? You obviously got Jimmy Butler in there. Tyler Hero had himself a really bad season last year. I expect him to
Yeah.
rebound. I know a lot of people are down on him, but him and obviously Bam Adebayo is only going to improve as well. Now you got Kyle
Mhm.
Lowry, you got dogs there, PJ Tucker, you got some nice pieces. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is still there. So I got them at the number three. Four, I got the 76ers. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with Ben Simmons, but I still feel like they're a really good regular season team as well. So, number five, here we go. This is going to surprise a lot of people watching this. I got the Raptors. And yes, I'm being
Wow.
biased. I'm being biased, but I still expect them to be the top five, top six team in the East. Number six, I got the Celtics. They'll be good. Number seven, maybe a little bit surprised. I'm expecting the Hawks on many people's list to be higher, but Atlanta Hawks, I have them at number seven just because the East is so stacked. You could probably flip them between them and the Celtics on the six and
Yeah.
seven spot. The Knicks, I'm not really high on the Knicks. Now, I know they got Kemba Walker, but he's got knee
Really?
issues. I'm not high on the Knicks. And Julius Randle got paid. Nerlens Noel got paid. I don't know if they will have the same season they did last season. So I got the Knicks at the number eight spot. The number
Okay.
nine spot. Now, this is going to get a lot of heat because I know you yourself have listed the Bulls at a very high spot. I got them in the number nine spot just because I
Wow.
feel like there's a lot of things we have yet to see. Everyone got really
Okay.
excited. Everyone got really excited about Nikola Vucevic, and they actually ended up doing worse with Nikola Vucevic. So we'll have to see how Lonzo and DeMar fit on there. And plus, their defense is questionable, right? So,
Mhm.
number 10, I got the Pacers just because the Pacers are always one of those teams that are always fighting in the seventh, eighth, ninth spot. Now with the play, and I still
Yeah.
see them fighting for one of the last playoff spots. 11 is the Hornets. I know they got some nice draft picks in Book Knight and Kai Jones, but
Yep.
I just don't see them making the playoffs just because the East
Yeah.
is so stacked. Number 12, the Wizards. They're still a decent team. They're not going to be playoffs. Bradley Beal's going to do his things. He's got some interesting pieces around him. Number 13 is going to be the Cavs. I expect their young guys to improve, and they added Evan Mobley, so that's going to be nice. 14th, Pistons. 15th, Magic. There's not much to talk about there. Obviously, both
Mhm.
young teams. Dwayne Casey, former Raptors head coach, he's doing a decent job, but he's only going to work with what he has, right? So those are my
Yeah.
standings for the East. What is your take on my standings? I'll give you mine in just a second.
Your take, there was a lot of twisters in there for sure. But overall I think that is very reasonable, and I would, if I had to rate yours, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Oh, you're being generous. I don't think people watching this will be as high on my standings, but I have to ask you this. Where were the 76ers on your standings? Because I did not hear them in the top four, top five, or if I'm mistaken, I may have.
Wow, I think I put them at 7.
You put them at seven. Wow, that's pretty low for the 76ers. And I believe you had the Heat at Miami Heat at the six or eight spot. Did you not?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bold take, man. You're gonna have a
Yeah,
lot of
you,
my
you know we got to see what happens with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, that's true with the 76ers situation. I agree. But I still feel like, you know what, they got some decent pieces there in Tobias Harris. Obviously, you got Joel Embiid there as well. So
Don't forget
um
Matisse Thybulle.
Matisse Thybulle and Tyrese Maxey has looked really
Oh
nice in the
yeah.
summer league as well. I really like him. So I'm a little bit
hmm
higher on the 76ers than you are. And what about the Miami Heat? Explain that. You got the Miami Heat really low in your standings there.
Well, unlike you, I don't think Tyler Hero is gonna show up.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
fair enough.
I think they have some decent pieces. I think they're gonna be a playoff team, but I just don't think that they're gonna be like that like number 5, number 6 contender. You know?
All right, that's a bold take. Let's see. We'll see what people have to say in the comment section.
Oh
Um,
man,
all right, and you're pretty high on the Bulls as well. You had them
I
right there in the
am.
top five or top
I did.
six.
Yep, I had them at 5.
Wow, ahead of the Raptors.
hmm
You really think they're going to be better than the Raptors?
Um, well, let's see. I feel like DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and Zach LaVine is an amazing big three, and I think they could possibly make it to the Eastern Conference. Whoa, the comment section going crazy.
Oh, that is a very hot take. You're saying the Bulls are going to get past the teams such as the Miami Heat, the 76ers, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Hawks. You're saying they're going to get to the conference finals.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to disagree on with you on that one, but maybe people can
Lots of
let
people
it.
are going to disagree.
A lot of people may disagree. We'll hear in the comment section. Let's move on to the West now. Let's hear your standings for the West.
Okay, so at number 1, I got Jazz. I feel like Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert is going to go back at it again. Be like that number 1 team. Number 2, I got the Suns. I'm fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they make the finals again. It's not looking too good though, but CP3 re-signed. Hopefully they're a good team, so I got them at number 2. Number 3, I got the Lakers. I'm not a big Lakers fan, but you gotta respect the pieces that they put on their team and everything. Number 4, I got the Clippers. Kawhi might be out, but I feel like Pandemic P is gonna be great, and they got some rookies that are gonna be good on that team. Number 5, I got Portland. Damian Lillard, he's all about that. Number 6, I got the Denver Nuggets. Jokic, not Jamal Murray. He has a torn ACL, doesn't he?
He does, but I believe we haven't heard too much about him, or haven't heard too much about him. But I believe he will be back. I don't know exactly when, but I expect him to be back early in the season. I don't
Fingers
expect him
crossed
to,
he's back.
hopefully.
Just like fingers crossed, Klay Thompson is back. Speaking of Klay Thompson, I'm putting the number 7 Warriors. I'm putting Warriors at number 7. 8, we got Dallas. It's very, very low for Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Number 9, I got the Grizzlies. Yeah, I think the Grizzlies are going to be a good team. They were in that playoff spot this year, right? They beat the Warriors.
They did, yeah, they did.
Number 10, I got the Spurs. 11, OKC. 12, Kings. 13, Pelicans. 14, Wolves. And 15, Rockets. Rockets, I feel like they might be an okay team with Jalen Green and everyone.
Yeah, I'll give you my take on that in just a moment, but I'll go through my teams as well. So much like
Yep,
you, I agree. I have the Utah Jazz finishing first, number 1 in the West, just because they're a great regular season team. I expect
of
Donovan
course.
Mitchell to improve, and he's going to do his thing. He may bold take here. I'm going to go as far as to say he may even be in the top 5 conversation for MVPs next season, depending on.
What?
That's a hot take. I see him averaging 27 points next season. I can.
Whoa.
I'm calling it right now. I see him going off. He's just getting better season after season.
Even with how much he gets injured?
Well, I don't know. Has he had injury issues? I don't.
I believe he was out for a little bit this season with
Was he?
injury.
Okay, I may be wrong on that, but yeah, I still think so. I think he's a solid player. He's going to
Yep.
be. He put up some nice performances in the playoffs, so
Yeah.
I expect him to grow. Number 2, I have the Nuggets. Now, this is going to be a little bit
Ooh.
surprising. Like I said, I expect Jamal Murray to come back. I expect Jokic to get better. I also am very high on Michael Porter Jr., so I expect him to do big things if Jamal Murray is
Okay.
not back for the time being. And they're one of those teams that are always doing really well in the regular season, so I expect them to finish that high. And maybe a little bit higher than most people have on their list. I have number 3, the Suns, finishing at the 3rd spot. Now, again, you can kind of interchange the Nuggets and the Suns from the number 2 and 3
Yeah,
spots.
reasonable.
Suns are going to do their thing. Devin Booker is going to get better. Chris Paul, we have yet to see how, his age is going to affect him next season, but we'll see what happens. Number 4, I have the Lakers. Now, this may be I feel like this is a decent spot for the Lakers. We don't know the team
Okay.
chemistry with Russell Westbrook there. I still think they're going to do well. Now, this is going to be my first surprise pick. I wouldn't call it surprise, but I really am high on the Warriors. I think the Warriors will be the fifth spot. I know a lot of teams, a lot of people may have them a little bit lower on the list, but we expect Klay Thompson to be back. And Curry and Klay Thompson, those guys are just magic working together.
Yeah.
So I expect big things from the Warriors. Number six, the Mavs. They're always around this spot every single year with Luka Doncic. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have any help, but they're still a great regular season team. Number seven, I'm a little bit lower on the Clippers than you are. I just don't see them finishing in the top four, top
I
five.
get
And
it. I
I have
get
the
it.
Clippers at the seventh spot. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard, we don't know how long he's going to be out. He's going to be out for quite some time, though. We know that. And I mean, Serge Ibaka is dealing with those back issues as well. So I don't know how
Oh
the
yeah.
Clippers are going to be. At the eighth spot, I got the Portland Trail Blazers just because they didn't make any great roster changes this offseason, despite the fact that
Hmm.
there's rumors that Damian Lillard wanted out. And I can't even remember who the players who signed. They were such minor deals. So
Yeah.
number nine, I've got the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm actually really high on Memphis Grizzlies. It is
That's where
unfortunate
I
though.
got them.
You know what? I'm much like you. I'm very high on them, but it may not see that way because I have them on the number nine spot. But I just don't see them being better than the teams ahead of them. The West is still very competitive, and you know what? They'll have their day, but not the next season. So number 10, I see the Wolves being there. I expect Carl Anthony Towns to improve a little bit. They got Patrick Beverly in a trade just a few days ago, so I
Yeah.
expect them to do good things. They had a lot of injury issues, and they looked really good when they had Anthony Edwards. We haven't even mentioned him. He's going to get better. When they had Cat, Anthony Edwards, and D'Angelo Russell all together, they performed really well. So I expect them to do a little bit better. Pelicans had a disappointing offseason. I have them finishing 11th.
Yeah.
I don't know how Zion's going to be after the season. He's definitely not going to like where the Pelicans are headed, but they
Hmm.
need to make some roster changes. Number 12, the Kings. I still feel like they're still building around their young pieces. Obviously, they drafted Davion Mitchell. That was a nice, little pick they got there. Number 13, I had the Spurs just because I feel like with the Spurs, here's the thing. They got some nice pieces, but they're not good enough to make the playoffs, but they're also not terrible. Now, I know I have them ranked 13, which isn't great at all, but the teams ahead of them, they've been together for some time now. So I definitely feel like Spurs will be a little bit lower on my list. I'm 14th, the Rockets, 15th, Oklahoma City Thunder, just because they don't really have any pieces
Yeah.
except for young guys. And Rockets, you know what? Jalen Green is going to be nice. He's going to be really nice. Kevin Porter Jr. They also got Christian Wood. They got some nice pieces there. John Wall, I
Hopefully
believe.
Jalen Green recovers from that injury.
I hope so. Let's hope so. That is my standings. I want to hear your thoughts on my standings before I give you my take on yours.
It was your standings was a lot like mine. Like you said, you had Grizzlies finishing ninth. Yeah, like you, I have very high expectations for the Grizzlies. You got the Lakers finishing fourth.
That's correct. Yes, Lakers.
Yeah, I get that. And yeah, I feel like ours were about the same. But like after 10, um yours started to make a much more sense than mine did. So if I had to rate yours again, um because it was like mine, I'm gonna have to go with the 7 out of 10.
You get, oh wow, you're a little harsh critique here. I agree. I think a lot of our West standings we were very similar. We both had the Jazz at number one.
Yep,
We had the Memphis Grizzlies, of course, at number nine. I think you had. Oh, you're very high on Oklahoma City Thunder. You have them at
I
the
am.
11th or 12th spot, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like Oklahoma City Thunder, they're still building team chemistry. Obviously, they got Shea Gilgis Alexander. They got, Dort there as well. So I still think they're a very young team. They're still working. And I just don't, I'm not very high on Oklahoma City Thunder as
Okay.
of yet. I think it's going to be a few years before we start seeing some progress. But yeah, those are my standings. I like your standings. I thought they were very reasonable. You know what? In the top 4, 5, 6, I may even say your standings maybe a little bit better than mine, but those were some really good standings, in terms of you predicting the West spot. So I liked yours. I really liked your standings.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right. So any last thoughts before we end this video?
Nope, nothing from me.
All righty. So that will be it for our standings, guys. Let us know in the comment section. What do you guys think of the standings? Are you
Let us know.
guys high on the Raptors like I am, or am I being too overly optimistic as a Raptors fan? Am I being biased as a Raptors fan in that fifth spot? Let me know. And always, guys, make sure to like this video. It does help YouTube algorithm a lot. It helps reach more basketball fans like yourself. And if you guys are still watching this video, guys, thank you once again so much for watching this video and have a great day.